afternoon. If you are watching from the East Coast, I just want to make sure you can hear me, James, correct?
You're very low. I heard you before we got on live, and now I can't. I can barely hear you now.
Well, I will figure that out in just a moment. In the meantime, I'm going to welcome everybody into Thy Best Buzz Live. We're going to be discussing all of the things that have happened in pop culture. Lord, just this week, honestly, because I don't have anything outside of this week. But let's welcome in James. I'm gonna figure out my audio. I'm gonna try to.
Hello, everybody. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, show my girl some love. We appreciate you very much. Make sure you get those watch time hours up for her because I know y'all be watching. Make sure you subscribe, especially y'all replay game. We see y'all. We see how long y'all are here with us. Go ahead and subscribe. And if you're not a YouTube member, enrolling YouTube member and then subscribe. A lot of y'all don't do that, which is fine. But go ahead and do that for us.
Oh Lord, Lord have mercy. I am still figuring out my audio. I don't know if you can hear me right
It's
now.
much better.
Oh,
Much,
okay. Yeah, I
much
have to
better.
hook up my little. Y'all, I do have like equipment that my husband politely buys for me, and I'm realizing that I should like use it. So I'm gonna do that. But I'm glad that you can hear me. I'm excited to be here. I am gonna be off camera, y'all. I was at the Chris Brown and Usher concert. It's 9 a.m. in California. I'm fighting for my life, harder than my ancestors right now. But we are here. What's poppin', AB? Welcome in. I appreciate you for being here. I also do not have a voice. I was hollering. So I apologize if you're like, why she sounds scratchy and raggedy, as good old Kiwan would say. I ain't got no voice. Okay, I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Okay, shout out to Mariah.
Was that
But
right?
yeah, that was Mariah. She said that drunk. Um,
Oh, I was the wife thinking of Anita Baker.
Anita Baker. She says things like that. But you know, Auntie is mean. We just love her music. But please like the video, subscribe to the channel. You can also hype the video. I appreciate y'all. I gotta remember it's afternoon for the rest of y'all. What's Papa Q1JTV? Good morning. I hope you're having a good morning. Oh, Lord. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that all these people done did this week that we have to discuss because they're making my life hard. We're gonna start though with Hayden Panettiere, Dolly Parton, and Tim Curry. They have all passed away and gone to the upper room. They were all extremely talented and influential individuals that all of us have experienced. So I just wanted to take the time to wish them a rest in peace. And also to their families and to the fans, because I saw a lot of people upset and sad. And I feel like since Michael Jackson's passing, which his birthday was yesterday, happy birthday, MJ. I feel like we haven't had too many large people passing away, but Dolly Parton broke my heart. Hayden Panettiere broke my heart. Tim Curry, I was sad about because he was a legend, but Dolly and Hayden, my heart hurts. They definitely hurt my heart. But I would give James the floor to speak your piece on it, and then we'll move on from these people's
Yes,
passing.
yeah, yes, all of them. Oh, I'm hearing an echo. Hold on. Let me. Okay. So, all of them, realistically, when you think of who they are and how much they've impacted, childhoods. Like my mom grew up, with us listening to Dolly Parton. 9 to 5 was replayed in my household. I wasn't ashamed to say that in high school and all this kind of stuff because it was just, we were just multicultural, like living in people. And the same thing goes for Tim Curry. Like one of the very first horror movies I watched was It. And then going even further than that, one of my favorite Nickelodeon shows was Wild Thornberries. And then, kind of just thinking about how much of an impact he's had with such an artistry is just simply amazing. And I know that he's been struggling. He had a paralyzing stroke, I think over a decade ago, and he's been struggling with that for so long. And I can just only imagine how much of an impact that actually had before he unfortunately passed. So that just broke my heart. And then Hayden Panettiere, when I tell y'all that young lady was such a talent and was so young and had probably so much more she definitely could have accomplished. I think that that's the saddest part for me for her, is that I feel like she has reached so many pinnacles. It was continuing to reach those pinnacles, and it's so unfortunate, you know, that had to have been, the way she went out. Like, I wish it was like maybe just some better words of encouragement to keep her here and to keep her off of, anything that would have impacted her death. I don't want to go too deep on it because, YouTube, but it's just so unfortunate. It just really is. So, my heart hurts because that was, terrible. It seemed like every day we were losing last week somebody great that just has such a great impact. That's just how it felt.
That's true.
Like, it just felt like we were just losing impactful people, and that's just hard, especially when you think of where we are as a society and where we are as in the US. Like, to lose impactful people is not something we should be, experiencing right now, because we already are going through enough. So
Yeah, I think for millennials, Hayden Panettiere really hits differently. Because she was everywhere. That is a piece of our childhood.
mhm.
Um, so I feel a lot of pain for her, especially knowing her struggles and what she was going through before she passed away. She was working on a tell-all book. I don't want to get into conspiracy theories on my channel that I've been seeing online, but there's been a lot of controversy and conspiracy theories surrounding the passing of her, um, which is unfortunate. But again, shout out to Rihanna for being willing to pay for her funeral. I'm sure that helped her parents. Blessings to her parents and prayers, because they've now lost both of their children. No parent should bury their child. We are supposed to bury our parents. So I feel for her family so much, but I I'm I really am just sad about her. I really am. AB, what were you and Mr. Best doing last night that had you screaming? I went to a concert. That's it, and that's all. I was screaming for Usher and Chris Brown and Take and E40 and Mario and all the others who came on stage. Okay,
Now she
I
ain't got
had
no, but she ain't got no voice now, barely. She holding on to what little voice she got.
I know. I know. It was funny. I told my husband, I was like, he's been waiting a very long time because my schedule is crazy to record another song together. I do sing a little bit, y'all, write poetry, very into music. I'm a true Gemini, I'm a creative, but I can't sing nothing. Sounded like this. I can't even get my voice all the way up. Like, I can't yell at nobody. The cat was looking at me crazy, but I had a time. I'll post some stuff. I fangirled my life out. We did lose some good ones, AB. We really did. We really did. What I say? The wrong melanin redacted. You took Dolly. Take Donald. I know I shouldn't say that on the internet, but
Right? 'Cause everybody was trying not to say that. I was watching It's Rocks on YouTube, and she just tried her hardest not to say it, but she didn't say it.
listen,
Y'all,
you took
I
the wrong D.
mean,
This man is surviving on cheeseburgers and Big Macs in the White House, and they took Dolly.
well, they
I
say
keep
though.
listening to Jolene too, and I love that
Oh
song.
gosh, I'm trying not to listen to her music because I thought for sure any place I would frequent or visit this week, we're gonna play her out, and I was right. But I'm mostly hearing 9 to 5, and there's another one that I was hearing. It's like, oh, it was the song she did for Sweet Home Alabama. I've been hearing that a lot too.
I have to in the Bay, and
Hmm.
9 to 5 has been going crazy. But the Bay Area loved Jolene. Okay, the Bay Area loves that song. Everywhere I go, you go to deep East Oakland, and the Negroes riding through the hood of they box Chevys and slapping Jolene. I said, look at the power she had.
Well, because yeah, what people also like, what I loved about her was that, I found out recently that she had gave up a lot of. They were saying they were counting somewhere between $500 to $600 of her wealth to organizations and people who did not have the wherewithal and stuff like that. That's a lot of money over a span of your lifetime to give to, disassembled communities and underprivileged people. Like, that is a lot of money. So that's even just shows the amount of beautiful person that she just was. Like, it just is crazy. So, man,
I was on mute talking. My bad, James.
that's
Lord,
okay.
let me see. Hey, Hot Pink. I can't watch Bring It On 9 to 5. Clue, because they are my childhood. I know. I know. I
Especially
know.
because that Bring It On was my favorite outside of the first one. I love number 3. I didn't
That
like
was the
number
one
2.
with her, Solange, Rihanna. Yeah,
Yes.
that one was I like the original Bring It On with Gabrielle Union and
Yes.
Black and all of them. The only other one I can tolerate was that one with Hayden and
Mm-hmm.
Rihanna and Solange for
Because
whatever
I think
reason.
there's like 6 of them, if I'm not
There's a
mistaken.
cajillion Bring It
Yeah, there's a
Ons.
lot of them, and I'm just like, okay, I can watch the one with Christina Milian bored me to death, and then there was another one after the third one with Hayden and Solange and all them. I just couldn't get myself to watch. I was like, oh,
I
what are
didn't
we
care
doing?
for Christina Milian in it. Maybe that's just me, but I didn't. But now, because y'all talking about, I got in my head, I said, Bird, it's cold in here. Oh, I kind of want to watch it. I know I shouldn't, but I kind of want to watch it. AB, get your mind out the gutter, baby. AB said, what was you doing that Mr. Best had you screaming? Lord, though I don't mind if Mr. Best makes me scream, but Lord,
That is too much information.
we all wanted the other diaper wearing orange man to go. Thank you. Thank you. We did.
Just when he's
Yeah.
out of his term, because I would hate to see what his vice president would do. If
Actually, yeah,
this is,
that's a good
yeah,
point. That's a
you
really
know,
good point.
let's just ride this out, y'all. We only got 2 more years. Let's just ride this out.
By the
Because
time these 2 years is over, gas gonna be $17 a gallon.
that's okay. Well, then you know what? Listen. I'm gonna invest in a scooter
And
or
all the
something.
food will be recalled. They just gonna tell you to eat air. That's what's gonna happen. Y'all can tell my political preference. Let's Dolly passed on your sister's birthday. Well, happy birthday to your sister AB. I know you lost a sister as well, but I can understand how that could be sad. But happy birthday, happy birthday. I saw people doing her dance from the movie. I believe it. I
Oh yeah, definitely.
Remtavius Theotis Reaper has been busy. Kiwan, please. Please, Kiwan. Listen, I need Kiwan to do like a channel membership with after shows or something with all of her sayings, okay? Because the way I could just laugh, the way I could just laugh. She needs to get into skits or something because she's just naturally funny.
Hmm.
It was the one I lost. My other sister's birthday is the day after mine coming up. I figured that has to be difficult.
Yeah.
My condolences, AB. My condolences. I don't know what I'd do if my sister went. I don't. She get on my nerves, but I love her. Shout out to her. Subscribe to Naima Travels. I think it's what it is. But rest in peace to all of these great talents, you guys. I just wanted to acknowledge them because I feel like it would be wrong for me not to. We are now going to head into some tea about the housewives of Beverly Hills, the women who I did not know if I was going to continue covering the show. I will continue covering Beverly Hills. I will, because they have added some people to the cast, which I am personally very, very, very excited for. I am thoroughly excited for the new Beverly Hills cast. So we have 2 new additions to the cast, but the official cast, we have full-time housewives of, unfortunately, Kyle is back, Dorit is back, Erika is coming back, Sutton is coming back, Bose is coming back. I don't know why Rachel Zoe is coming back. She's not iconic at anything outside of clothing, but Rachel Zoe is coming back. And then our 2 new housewives are Tracy Tutor and Leah Remini. So I am very, very excited to hear that they are adding new people to the cast. But if I'm being honest, you guys, I feel like Beverly Hills, you can't really trust too much or get too excited when it comes to them adding cast members, because they, of all of the housewife franchises, they are the city that loves a 1 season wonder. Look at Amanda. Before Amanda, we had, we even have 1 season wonders as friends of on Beverly Hills. So I'm kind of like, ugh. Now, to introduce the new cast members, for those who do not know, Tracy Tutor is a real estate agent. She works in luxury real estate, similar to like what Mauricio does with the agency. She's also an author. She is also a reality television star. She was a part of Bravo's show $1 Million Listing. She was on the LA version. I did watch a little bit of that show. I do not remember much of her from it. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I primarily know her from her being an author, oddly, which is very, very rare. I was not fully aware that she was in luxury real estate. I watched Million Dollar Listing, but like I said, she wasn't the most memorable. I remember watching when it was some rapper's son was on there and doing really well. Um, and I can't remember if it was the LA version of the show or something different, but she's super, super talented. Super, super talented. She is a big name in California, especially in the LA area. It's like downtown Hollywoodish. I can't say much about Beverly Hills because I don't know who's known out there, so I don't want to come on here perpetrating. But she also has a wine brand, a sugar-free wine brand. That's the alcohol you want, okay? So how do you feel about Tracy Tutor joining the cast, James?
I don't know her, so I'm gonna give her a fair chance to, give the show some umph because I feel like it needs some umph. And yes, I have to do the fish, y'all, the umph. Like I need Beverly Hills to get some umph. So hopefully she sounds based on the things I have read about her and the snippets of her on her show, she seems like if she anything like what she was, she seems like she's gonna bring it. And I'm here for it. I really am. I'm here for it. I would love for some of that direction to go towards either Bose or Kyle this season, but I'll take Doris nonetheless. Whatever happens, happens.
Hmm. Now, here's the thing I do want to add on that James is saying. I know of this lady, but don't know her. So I am curious to how she will interact with the other women. I'm hoping that she comes in neutral and stands on her own opinion, and is herself. Like, I'll use James as an example. We could be with people we grew up with in Oakland on the block. We could be in front of people from high school. We could be on the internet here. He is who he is, regardless of where he is, and he will speak his piece if needed. That's what we want on reality TV. Oh, look at that. Let
Yes.
me be your manager, James, because that was a shameless plug on accident, okay? But those are the characteristics that you need to be on reality TV. You need to be able to stand in what you believe, express it, and not let nobody change your opinion,
Exactly.
okay? That's
Yes.
important. And I feel like that's what Beverly Hills is missing with the people that they add, or they add people who have that with no allies, and then they end up gone like Amanda. So I'm excited for that. The other cast member that's adding is Leah Remini. James is not excited for her, but he knows that myself, Kevin Reynolds, and a couple of other um, of my subs who become friends and just friends in general are excited. So for those who don't know, I love a documentary, okay? And I specifically am interested in religious based cults. And Scientology is that, in my opinion, because I am not trying to get sued by them people. That is my personal opinion that I am issuing, not based on facts. See the disclaimer, Scientologist. Okay? But she is, prior to getting into being an activist for Scientology, Leah Remini was on, I believe it's The King of Queens. She played the wife that was on that show. That is a show that I love and watch reruns of often. I also love Everybody Loves Raymond, which is random and has nothing to do with this, but I just wanted to put that out there. But Leah Remini is known for The King of Queens. She's done, of course, other things as well, such as the reboot for King of Queens, Kevin Can Wait. She did some films and comedies with Jennifer Lopez. Now, she was someone who got into acting and was a Scientologist. She has left the Church of Scientology, and she had a show that ran, I think it was A&E for a very long time, called Leah Remini, The Aftermath of Scientology or something like that. She pretty much exposed David Miscavige and all these people from Scientology, ex-members, and how it works. She is part of the reason a lot of people are onto that religion and things of that nature. So she is known for calling shit out, if we're being honest. I know a lot of people feel a way about Leah coming on the show. Me, I think it's just what they need. She's controversial. She's problematic sometimes. She also has had money for a very long time and has those tendencies of the rich. But I feel like she's gonna come in there and she's not gonna change her opinion for nobody, and that's just gonna be what it's gonna be. Also, she's a legit celebrity. And I feel like with Kathy Hilton And even Jennifer Tilly, like these women kind of like fangirl. They either attack someone who's well known or they concede. So I'm curious to see what they'll do with Leah. But how do you feel? I know you don't care for her, but how do you feel about Leah?
I'm excited for her to be on the show. I'm
Mhm.
excited for her to um, show an element of her personal outside of what we know her for, and also the acting. I do think that she's going to be a firecracker. I do think that for the right reasons. I don't think that they're going to be able to pick her out and run over her like they did Amanda. So for that part of it, I am excited to see that. Yeah, I personally do not like her. I as a celebrity, I don't know her personally, but she wasn't my cup of tea. Not in any shape, way, or form. And it was funny as a kid, I used to confuse her with Fran, the nanny lady. As a kid, I used to confuse them two all the time.
Mm.
So
I can see that though. I can
yeah,
get that. That's
so
fair.
so it was kind of like she just was never my cup of tea. But I am excited to see that. I love a controversial dynamic. I've always been that kind of person. I love dynamics that do not fit, but
Mm.
somehow make their way. Like a good example is Dr. Contessa and Dr. Heavenly. I loved that dynamic so much because I knew it wasn't going to work, but because they're so opposite and so different, I loved when they actually were friends and got along, because when they were together, they were unstoppable. That cast couldn't read neither one of them. They had each other's backs. It was just a great time. So I'm hoping she brings that element and partners up with somebody who kind of has that reputation where it'll be opposites but are unstoppable. So I think that dynamic always works on these kind of situations, and I would love to see it. And maybe this may change my persona or my personal opinion of her into the other direction. It is known to happen. I can do that. I'm able to be objective. And a person that I did not like, I end up loving. Sutton was one of them. Now I don't like her anymore, but I didn't like her in the beginning. And then I ended up loving her because she changed the dynamic and went after somebody who was willingly deserving of it. Everybody else was scared to do it. She was the one that did it. And I love when people do that. So I don't know. Maybe she'll change my perspective. We'll see. I'm open to it. Uh-oh. Miss Beth's still on mute. I don't know if she knows it.
I didn't know. I was just talking. I was saying, oh my God. I know half of these lives. I need to take clips from James's channel and my channel of us telling each other, you're on mute. You're on mute.
That
I'm
should would
trying
be
to make
something.
sure
That
he
should
don't
send me
have
something
no
to
echo.
repost.
Right. I'm just trying to make sure he don't have no echo, y'all. I'm looking out for him. Oh, I done lost my damn statement. What was I saying? And you wouldn't know because I was muted. My God.
Right.
I like this about James. He'll give people a shot. He'll give people a shot. I think that's the best way to be. And Sutton was the best example because we did not like Sutton in the beginning at all. She ended up becoming a favorite. Now I can't stand her again. She gives pick me energy. Let me get the comments, y'all, before I move on to the next topic. I hope Tracy and Leah tear Dorito up this year. Dorito
Please.
gonna tear herself up, okay?
Yep.
That's all.
Oh yeah, she gonna self destruct. It's finna
Mhm.
happen. She gotta get up out that house. So yeah, it's gonna happen. And I don't like to prey on people's downfalls. I don't. But when you have someone who is just so heinous and just so nasty, you kind of have to let the chips fall where they may and say, I'll pray for you.
You said all of that about Main Road Lady, and now look at you.
I'm just saying.
Also, maybe go seek the help of Homeless Not Toothless, and you could see the process that the homeless in California have to go through to get help from your fake ass organization. Can't stand Doris. Kiwan JTV said, I'm glad Amanda's gone. She said them heifers not finna make her their storyline. They bullied her. They came for her business. They made people question her authenticity and credibility. They came for her marriage. They came for a lot of stuff, how she was as a mom because of her choosing to still show up. And as AB said, Bravo wanted Amanda back. All of the fans wanted Amanda back. I wouldn't go back either because Amanda revealing she's neurodivergent, which for those who don't understand, that's usually people who have some type of developmental disability or are on the spectrum, whether it's autism, Asperger's, or something different. They respond to things differently. They are just as intelligent as anybody else. I don't like that it's called a disability fully because they just process things differently. But they already have to overcome so much just to essentially feel regular. And I don't think it's right to put her in an environment that's toxic. So I'm glad she removed herself. That shows you that she values her sanity, because I wish more people would walk away.
I I agree with that, but I'm about to contradict myself. If I were Amanda, I wouldn't have went nowhere. I would have came up in there, but that's just me. That's why I say I'm a different from Amanda. But if it
Mhm.
was me, I would have brought my ass right back up in there and would have read everybody for absolute filth. And then I would have bought a home girl because I know she got him. I'd have bought
Right.
a home girl that's gutta that be ready to read bows in that wig. So it just couldn't have been me. I'm not gonna mess up my money, and the fact that the network wanted me to come back, I would have came right back, and I wouldn't have cared if I didn't have but one friend. I would have came right back and would have every time they saw me, it would have been up and stuck, and then I would have set them up on the low. You know that slime, that green slime. As soon
James.
as they walk up in the room, that just go fall right on them.
As you said, I'm
Yes,
setting up to pranks
I'm
and all
saying
sorts of stuff.
absolutely. I'm finna get on their nerves, y'all. Ain't going. I'm telling you,
Oh,
y'all go. I would be the most hated housewife in all of history.
maybe this
Because
is good though, because they've had a lot of housewives that they just didn't bring back because the fans didn't like them. But Amanda is one of few who chose to walk away. So maybe with housewives walking away that we like, maybe Bravo will come down on the other ladies. But we shall see. Million Dollar Listing is one of those shows, y'all, that I tried to get into. I do enjoy it, but I could never like watch it like, ooh, a new episode's on, I have to catch this. So I haven't really kept up with it, but I'm happy Tracy is here. They had too many housewives on the show. I agree. I agree, Hot Pink.
they do.
Housewives of Beverly Hills has a pretty stacked cast. And then we have to think too, we still have Kathy and Jennifer, who are going to be friend ofs, who are pretty regular. So we shall see. You
Yeah,
say you love Leah and she'll stand on business. I also watched all her shows about Scientology. Loved those until it got repetitive. Her mom is a hoot. I'm sure we will see her perform. Her mom is the reason she was in that Scientology BS. I know her mama has come out of it. She took her time. That's all I'm gonna say. They need to get new group members because none of the ladies are not interested and they are not open-minded. I think Amanda really showed us the lack of these women being open-minded on this show, but also it's very LA. It's
I
very,
was gonna say, yeah, that was
yeah.
on par. That was on par with that demographic of area to bully and always make someone feel like they have less than because you have more, which was crazy coming from Erica and coming from Dorit of all people.
Child.
Because unless I missed something, lady in the in-law suite, shout out to my bestie, and other one that's going to lose her home in 25 days allegedly. So yeah, let's not do that. Let's not, yeah,
We'll
because
see.
it's
I
it's very
mean,
haterish.
I wonder how the Beverly Hills cast feels to know that people are excited for new people coming on to hold them accountable. Like, y'all ain't like you think. But speaking of Dorit, Dorit has bad spending habits. Now, there's been a couple of things with Dorit, all in a 2 week span. And I'm not even talking about a full 2 weeks. I'm talking about a bi-weekly pay period of 10 days. Okay? Dorit has traveled out of the country on vacation while court is happening. She allegedly spent $250,000 on her trip while her kids was at home, about to lose their childhood home, and PK was in court, because I feel like PK is now just doing stuff because it benefits the children. I don't think it has anything to do with her, and Dorit cannot see that. But you painted this man to be awful. You painted this man to be a terrible father, a terrible partner, tried to make it seem like his sobriety wasn't legit, but he's the one coming to save her ass when it comes to this house. So they went to court, because I can only say so much about her spending. You got $250,000 to spend, bitch, but you couldn't pay your mortgage, and that's where your kids live. If a black woman was to do this, she'd be called all sorts of trifling, irresponsible, a bad parent. Dorit, you are trifling, you're a bad fucking mom, and you're stupid. Because there is no reason that you should be on vacation in general when it's around the timeline of you losing your home. Why would you even plan a trip? Why would you plan a trip? If your finances are not together, the last thing you need to be doing is planning a trip. And I
Amen.
stand by that. If people, I tell my friends all the time when it comes to, well, I don't have too many friends that I would travel with. It's probably like a few of them. And sometimes stuff happens with income, with all of my friends, myself included. And I tell them and they tell me, if you ain't got it, don't worry about it. Catch the next one. Unless somebody offering to cover something for somebody, and that's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. That's the responsible thing to do.
Yeah, like
Lord.
I remember, oh, and I hate I had to do it, but I had your birthday was an example. I couldn't make her birthday because my cousin passed away, and I had to go to the funeral. It was like I had to choose
They pay for two
funeral.
plane tickets. Them things be like $400 one way.
Yes, and then on top of that, I had to move. It was like it was so much going on, and I was like, and she's right. Things come up, things happen, and no friend should be shunning. But the thing that I don't like about Doris is that she's so superficial and so like just it's like Kyle. It's like pretentious. That's why they don't get along. You have to keep up with image. You have to keep up with this persona, and you don't have it like that. I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't think she ever had it like that. I think the show was the downfall pit of them trying to make something out of nothing or nothing out of something or whatever that saying is called. I really do. I feel like all those businesses, the Buca de Pepos, the wedding dress, line she had and the summer, whatever that was supposed to be. I feel like that was them trying to keep investing into something, hoping that something sticks.
Mm,
I do. Because to me, it does not make sense that she has had over, what was this, 7 or 8 business ventures shown on the show, and none of them took off.
not one, but the ones that she wanted to promo, she was very big on getting the tax, the tax write-off. Now, there is an update on Dorit's home. She has to be out by November the 1st. And what they're saying is that I guess PK is going to be handling the mortgage until she is out of the house. And she's going to have to, it looks like she's going to have to repay some things.
Yeah.
It looks like PK is taking over pretty much to get them out of this house. A judge ordered her to sell it amid the divorce and financial disputes. PK claimed that Dorit had not been paying the mortgage, and Dorit argued that PK should be responsible for the home's expenses, which is stupid because if someone else is not paying the bills and you have to fucking live there, why would you just not pay? Regardless of how you feel, take him to court and make him pay you back, but you should have still paid your bills. It's giving you don't want to pay your bills, you regular bitch with your fake accent. So I can't understand why she's not doing that, but the court has ordered the home to be put on the market. See, Dorit was trying to battle in court to get the court to say PK has to pay your mortgage and you can come here. But delusional has definitely shown as a part of her personality, because anybody that thinks a court would say to a man who you are not with anymore that he needs to pay his own rent, child support, in addition to paying the rent in the house that you live in and not him, is crazy. So they ordered them to sell the house, and they instructed PK to become the manager of the LLC that owns the home, which tells me their credit was so fucked up when they got it
Yep.
that they had to put the home in the name of an LLC, which is extremely common in California.
Yep.
Listen, not everybody that has them big houses pays for them. I would say, at least here in the Bay Area, I can say 90% of the homes, if they're bought by a developer, are put in the name of an LLC. So,
Hmm.
I can understand certain things, but he, I guess, is going to own the home and move forward with the process. Dorit is ordered to pay utilities, and this includes any past due bills. And in addition to her paying utilities, she has to move out by November the 1st. Why the fuck is the judge having to order you to pay PG&E or would they use some different in parts of LA? But still, why is the judge having to order you to pay your water bill and
That's
to pay your
crazy.
electricity? So I can understand Dorit saying PK is supposed to cover the mortgage, but bitch, you're the one using the electricity and stuff. Why weren't you paying it? So she just was not paying anything at all, which is absolutely insane. So PK is going to pay the mortgage until Dorit moves out, but he's going to be reimbursed in what he pays because the proceeds of the sale they are reporting are going to go to PK and not Dorit. That's what you get, you raggedy bitch. That's exactly what she gets. So now she has to pay bills and she's not going to get anything from the sale of her house. Nothing. Uh, so, and a judge denied requests for sanctions against Dorit from PK. But I feel like this was fair. But I don't feel like it's right that PK has to pay the mortgage. I don't think that's right. But I also know in courts, because I have some families that work in, it's called something with real estate law or something like that. And the way they explained it is if she's not responsible enough to pay for the bills, they're not going to then order her to pay bills that she's already not paying. And since they're still legally married, he is the other party that can pay the bill. So I understand it, but I don't know what Dorit's doing. But all of this better be on Housewives of Beverly Hills because it's been reported on while they're filming. And I want the bitch to talk about it. And I don't want her to cry about it. November 1st is right around the corner. So we shall see, Doris. She does, AB. November the 1st. She got to get out of there. She cannot deny it any longer. Hot Pink says, I will watch for the wedding because I love a good wedding. Okay? We all do. And she wouldn't let PK take the kids on their summer vacation. You can't pay bills, but you spent $250,000 on vacation. And you can't pay a $400 electric bill. But you want to buy expensive shit on TV and get mad at people. She's trying to get everyone to blame PK, saying he was supposed to be paying the bills. Well, obviously he wasn't because she's been ordered to pay them. She's been ordered to pay them. I don't understand why white women do this. Like, baby, you are not a wounded little baby bird, okay? You have to pay your bills. Pop Pig says, I don't understand why Doris understands the bills because I would make sure to check bills and I would not let the guy take care of it. My PG&E bill is not in my name. It's in my husband's name. Like, the only bill that's in my name, I'm on the lease. And, yeah, because our phone bill in his name, too, and the internet. What bill am I on? I don't even think, that's a damn shame. The car insurance, listen, shut up, James. I've been with my man for a minute. Shout out to Mr. Oh So Best, okay? Because I just realized that.
I'm not trying. Listen, that's a beautiful thing. I'm never going
But I
to.
know how to access these bills. I understand the accounts. I know what they are due and how much they cost. Okay.
Yes, that's a beautiful thing. It really it's a beautiful thing. But it was the fact that you was trying to name something it couldn't name not one damn thing.
Shut up.
That's
I
what
didn't
was
realize it
funny.
until I said it out loud. Like, dang.
Girl, you
Shout
live
out
in the
to Also
dream.
Best.
Okay, you live in the dream. You better, I,
No, I
as I
still pay
said,
these bills. They not in my name, but I pay them because he covers the rent, and our rent is over $2,500. So shout out to him for that. But regardless of whether it's in your name or not, if you live in the same household, it's impossible to not know that a bill is due.
she doesn't care.
That's the
That's
problem.
the problem. She doesn't care. She doesn't care how her kids, the roof over their head. She doesn't care. Hey, I'm damn near concerned if she care if they got food or nothing in there because I know she don't go grocery shopping.
James said
So
everybody is starving.
right, like to me, if you neglect your bills, you'll neglect the grocery bill, Uber Eats, and all that kind of stuff. Like, no, we want home cooked meals. I know you at the very least, she should make some hamburger helper for them kids at the very
Not
least.
hamburger helper.
Well,
I
girl,
mean, she got
I
to
don't.
put the kids in private school, and she was acting like this is supposed to be like something that, like, you know how many kids are in public school? Like, please, Dorit. Um, ay, ay, ay. Hello, Miss AKA. You made it, girl. You made it here. Good morning. Good afternoon. Because I be forgetting it's not this morning for me and it's not for y'all. She has to cover utilities until she moves out, and she is still trying to change the dates again. California's court system, eventually they're going to cut her off. And that's what's happened with the house. The way California courts work, because there's so many people here, they're not going to let you just keep endlessly changing dates unless, like, if it's like a corporate law situation, something with like investors, larger companies, lawyers, they'll allow that. But for just a regular broke bitch like Dorit, no. No, they're not
No,
going
they're
to
not
let
gonna
her.
keep doing it. No, because at the end of the day, they're cheating themselves out of money. And a lot of corporations, especially in California, are not built that way to lose money on
Mm-mm.
top of the regular statute that they're in debt to. So it's kind of like, no, we're not going to do this. If we got to suffer, so do you. So no, you can't change this. We're
Hmm.
going to cut this off on the 15th if you cannot pay it on the 14th at 11:59 p.m. So let's not play that.
You know, it's funny. She's wasting more time on legal resources, finding ways to extend the inevitable instead of just doing stuff. How the fuck are you trying to avoid your utilities? And then
Because
she's
she's,
trying PK's or American Born says PK is maybe expected to pay spousal support and child support. Listen, child support I understand, but since he had to pay the bills in this house, he had to step in and get the house situated. He was the one who chose to move away from the house and has to pay for his housing in addition to hers. I do not think that she gets spousal support. I think she'll get child support because California is one of them states where if you are the pappy or the mammy to that baby, they gonna make you pay in some way. But when it comes to spousal out here, her Housewives of Beverly Hills salary, California's going to look into that and look into
yep.
his salary. They're going to compare it to the debt to income ratio. He has more debt. I think that she'll get child support, but not spousal. But a judge is going to figure out that this bitch is just trying to figure out how she can get paid without having to work.
Mhm.
And that's what it's given. She's trying to use this man.
If she get a
Exactly.
smart judge, yeah, because she get one of them old, because California got them, unfortunately, one of them
Mhm.
old, empathetic, looking at white woman tears and all this kind of stuff and feeling sorry for her. I could see a judge giving her spousal, especially because they've been married over 10 years. I could see it.
Bravo fans, head to the courthouse and hold up clips of what she's been doing on vacation in
I'm trying
court.
to tell you, y'all can get y'all cheap Walmart tablet and sign on to the court's Wi-Fi and just do this.
And just hold it up.
Yep, just hold it up. That's all y'all got to do. Because yes, justice for PK. I hope you don't have to pay her shit. I don't even want her to get the child support.
Right.
I
And
really don't.
PK, you know what's funny? This is when you try to bury somebody before they actually do you wrong.
Yeah.
You're gonna be exposed. But as Miss AKA says, she trifling.
Yeah. And I don't even like PK, but I don't like how she tried to make him be out this monster. It was like, well, you were fine with it up until it was your turn. And the things that he was complaining about wasn't even all that bad. He just said you need to move past the home invasion that we still don't have answers for.
That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
where
I'm
is Jake from State Farm? Get
right.
her ass. Please. Lord. Dorit should find a home that she can afford. She's gonna find a home she cannot afford, and she's gonna
Yep.
fight like hell in court for spousal support and child support.
Yep.
And she's gonna claim it so she could provide her children with this quality of life. But based on what we saw, her kids are sick of her from what we
You
saw
know what she
last
gonna do? I
season.
already know what she about to do because everybody does this. She finna move to Porter Ranch and get one of those, homes in the hills that it's right now they're going between $11,000 and $15,000 a month. That's exactly what she's about to do. I already can see it because everybody is doing that.
Uh-oh. Why did it go? What are you doing, StreamYard? I'm clicking Mrs. AKA's comment.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God.
That happened to me. I already
Did
know what's
it?
going. Yes, that was the other day. I was live, and I was clicking. Remember, I was saying it was my next gen live, and I said, "Oh my God, these comments! It won't let me click on it." Yep, it did that to
What is
me.
that? What are they doing?
I have no idea.
Hold on, okay. There we go. Mr. Best is a provider. I will give him that. He is. He has even helped pay his mama's rent. That man, if you are a woman that Mr. Oso Best loves, he will take care of you in every way. I will
Commendable
give him
man.
that.
Commendable man. That's why in the guidelines of me and Mrs. Best's history, I always look at her when she complained.
Oh my God. Listen, because he used to get on my nerves when
I
Mr. Best under 30 was a fucking headache. And I stand by that. He got on
you
my
can
nerves.
stand by it. You can stand by it, but then when she would tell me what it was, I'd be like,
That's true. James did. He's
I
like,
did because
but
like
he
listen,
still gave us half the rent. He still covered this. I'd be
yeah,
like,
he's
yeah,
still paying the bills. Listen, y'all could work
awkward
this. Like,
pauses.
listen, y'all could work this out. Like to me, I could see. Listen, there's certain things I'm not going to agree to. Cheating, if it like hitting and all this. Even though I have no problem with that with her because I know my best friend. But like
His
like
ass
I
back.
can't. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, there's certain things I'm like, no, absolutely not. But the arguing and the tactics and stuff, I'm kind of like, well. That's where you challenge your personality because you're supposed to be better at it. So yes.
Child, I am. That's the problem. I don't know when to stop. Hi,
Yes.
Shanny. Happy to see you, Shani. Good morning or good
Girl, I gotta
afternoon
stop,
to
Shandy. I
Shani.
gotta stop listening to your voice notes while I'm at work.
Let me tell you, Shani's voice notes are the best voice notes that I
I'm
get.
trying to. I almost got in trouble because I'm over there hollering.
Every time 90 Day Fiance airs, I get voice notes for Shani. Well, I say Mr. Best. Be looking forward to them as well. We love Shani. We just do. Hello, Shani. I'm sorry to put you on blast. Lord help us. Shani said over 2,500 in your renting, girl. I don't even pay that for my mortgage. Oh, in California, that's standard. I do live in a luxury apartment building, but it's not so luxury because I'm in front of the bar. But that is standard out here. Like even if you get, I believe like a 2-bedroom apartment in Deep East Oakland right now. Shout out to the Deep, y'all. Shout out to the town, okay? But it's like 1,900, but you gotta live like I'm talking in the trenches,
Yeah,
okay? But California, it's expensive, but there's a reason why I'm willing to pay that. And also, if you have a partner or roommates, it's very affordable because they do pay
absolutely.
us salaries that are, I mean, if you have a trade or a degree, you're okay. That's what I'm trying to say in California. Um, the real question is on the cat at the You have a good husband, I'm sure he would tell you everything. He does. But when he doesn't, like if something gets too busy, I ask questions. And that's what Dorit should do. You should always be in the know
Absolutely.
about what is happening with your bills, your utilities, all of that. But Doris is dumb. AKA says my rent is 24.77. Been here for 18 years. Time to move. Oh, you want to move after 18 years? Miss AKA, where you moving to? I know your husband. Didn't you say your husband from out here? Tell him to bring you back. Come on, friends. Try to get whoever I can to California. Lord, it's okay to be late, Shani. This is just the little quick live that I've been avoiding. We are talking about Dorito, but she's a stale Dorito at this point. The bag was left open. Okay. She is Kelly because she's not making decisions about money or life. Kelly is
No, that's a different. No, she ain't as bad as
just
Kelly.
clocked Kelly when we
Listen,
first
no,
met her.
I did. I said it from day one. I said that income does not make sense. I don't care what anybody is telling me because
Mm-hmm.
I have too many friends who've owned restaurants or currently still own restaurants. And I have to like everybody comes and unloads on me like I can take it. My friends will I listen. My homegirl Amber, I hate to put her out here. Hi Amber, I know you watch us. I remember when she said that there was a week that her and her husband couldn't even feed their kids, and we all rallied around her and made her a tray of enchiladas and stuff like that. Like, but we listen. Being a restaurateur is hard
Mm-hmm.
work. So when you talking about, oh, I could buy my daughter 18 purses for 18 years, and I could buy this Range Rover, and I could buy this Balmain, wardrobe. No, I'm questioning that because no, you can't unless, and it's from one restaurant at that time. One restaurant. No, absolutely not. You live in regular every day. At the most, I thought she was bringing it was $5,000, and I know that came by all that. So stop it.
Lord. StreamYard is straight up trying to prohibit y'all.
Exactly. It's on my nerves.
I don't know what that was about. Sometimes it does that. I don't understand it. She talking about she would never live on the main road home, but bet you be on your knees for a main road, okay?
I'm
And what's
trying to
funny
tell
is
you.
Sutton is selling her home. Sutton is selling her home. So,
Yeah, because she
Lord.
doesn't, because all her kids are out of the house now, so she doesn't
You
need
don't
it.
need it. And that's
Yeah,
smart. That's what Dorit
yeah,
don't understand. You sitting up here worried about how you look on TV when you need to live within your means.
right.
Lord. Twid, did you say the deep? Has somebody? Oh, no, that is a neighborhood in Oakland. Oakland, we got North Oakland, West Oakland, we got East Oakland, and then there's downtown. East Oakland has its own hoods. There's Funktown, the Dub, Sim City, the Village. But once you get to, I would say Seminary is considered deep East Oakland. From
Yes.
Seminary, which is like 55th all the way down into the hundreds. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, that is where I'm from. I'm from
Child,
89th and Birch.
Yes. So when I tell you, but it started to get so white people going back to East. So I said, listen
No,
at
there's a lot
this.
of them. They've been buying up
Yeah.
the houses because the houses are cheap out there. And the
Mm-hmm.
beauty in Oakland compared to other hoods, I would say around the country, is yeah, it gets gritty for the most part, but if you keep to yourself and mind your business,
Ain't nobody finna mess with you. That
ain't
lady was
nobody
walking.
finna
That
bother
lady
you.
was. I saw that lady walking her dog. I said, "Well, wait a minute, girl. You know
It
where
be
you
white
at?"
people jogging by Eastmont.
Okay. I was like, "Wait, do y'all know where y'all at?"
They do, and they be aware if you talk to the colorless over there, they'd be like, I just know to keep my ring door system and not to come out at certain times. They learn, but Oakland's pretty easy to navigate. It's
Yep,
not
it sure
as
is.
bad.
I was gonna say the last time I drove through there, I said, "Oh, all right, yeah,
Yeah.
okay,"
It
because I
still
had to
got its
drive. Yeah.
problems, but
Mm-hmm.
I love my city a lot. James knows.
Yep.
Our kids is grown. We don't need a 3-bedroom townhouse. Kelly, this AKA
See,
said out loud.
that's what I know. See, everybody doing that. Like when you shoot.
Lord, no money, Dorit, all the time, if she wants to fight with me.
I love how you
Listen, if Dorit
glanced
starts with,
over that comment with Erica and her starter home.
listen,
That is
Erika,
not a
that's not
starter
even a
home. That
starter
is
home.
not a
She's in an
starter
in-law
home.
unit. Okay?
That
An
is not no
in-law
starter
unit.
home. That is an in-law unit behind somebody's house. She just got a side entrance where y'all can't see the main house. I know exactly where she at. That is not no starter home. That is an in-law suite. I was gonna say guest home, but Mrs. Best said no, that's an in-law unit.
Speaking of Erika, judges in California are now working to speed up her divorce, and they are considering dropping her divorce from the courts. Um, that's all. I'm not gonna say too much on Erika. The last Beverly Hills news has to do with Kyle. It probably is a pool house AB, but in Cali we have a lot of houses like that.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it's just an in-law. They do that out there, and then they're legal in LA.
Yeah, you can
I
lease
believe
those
throughout
now.
the state now they are legal because they
Yeah,
knew
you
people was living in them.
yeah, because you can lease them out now. They actually set up a contract where they just have to give you like a washer and dryer and a you have to have not a full bathroom, but at least a shower in the bathroom. Yeah, it can't be one of those powder rooms. That's what they said.
Yeah, you have to have a toilet, a
Hmm.
door, and
Yep.
something else. But in-law units, that's very common out here. It's a good way to save money. I lived in one for years because the rent was 1,400, okay? And that was
Listen,
cheap.
those and fifth wheels, y'all don't be mad at me. I'm telling y'all, I'm finna do it.
I lived in one of them too. All of them are very common.
Hmm.
Um, okay, the last thing from Beverly Hills is that Kyle's daughter, Farrah, the oldest daughter, she's pregnant, but she got pregnant while she was engaged to someone else by a guy who was with someone else. The guy that she's pregnant by used to work for Hilton and Highland, which, for those who do not know, is Rick Hilton's real estate company. And he left Hilton and Highland to go work with the agency with Mauricio. She got pregnant by Zach, who is her co-worker and also a staff member at the agency who used to work for their family's op, who also is married himself, and he was on the show Buying Beverly Hills. So it looks like they pulled a Leanne Rimes and Eddie Cibrian, except people are pregnant before a relationship could thoroughly be announced or anything like that. Now, I did cover Buying Beverly Hills on my channel. The show was canceled. It was on Netflix. You can see Zach on there. But Kyle's daughter is pregnant and sin, child. So I'm kind of like, Kyle, do not come on this show talking about that. Your storyline needs to be you, not your kids. But isn't he the one selling Doritos' house now as well? Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Yep.
Yes, he is.
That's the same man.
Interesting. Dorit, you got such a problem with Kyle, but Kyle's family is still helping you in some ways. Stupid.
Hmm.
But I found that to be interesting. I'm with Mr. AKA like Pharaoh, what? Because they used to make, like, they used to allude that Zach and Farrah had something going on Buying Beverly Hills, and she would act so offended on that show because Zach has a wife, and she was in this like situationship that was toxic. Not even going to call it an actual engagement. So the fact that this happened is one thing. I don't understand why people do this. Y'all act like birth control and condoms and all sorts of options do not exist. Now, I know that Farrah is much older and maybe she's like, this is my opportunity to have a child, but Zach got
But
that
this is
already, and
messy.
it's very
It's
messy.
messy. Like what the hell? the hell's going? I didn't hear it because y'all know I don't follow Kyle, Mauricio, and them kids. I stand clear of this, so this is my first time actually hearing this story. Um, it doesn't surprise me. That's the first thing. What did surprise me is how you know we really are Eddie Cibrian and Leanne Rhymes in this whole situation. It's kind of like, what is going on here? Why can't we just leave people divorced and then get with people? I
I
mean,
understand people who do this. I get that you want to get out of a relationship, but slow down, because that's how people lead to their second divorce.
right.
But all I'm gonna say, I guess congratulations. That child gonna have some questions that need to be answered. Shani says, it's the end Lord suite. That's why she didn't make no real renovations. All she could do was paint and throw down a few carpets. Yes, Shani. Farrah is Kyle's oldest daughter. This is the daughter she had
With the first
with the
husband.
man before she was with Mauricio.
Hmm.
However, Mauricio has been like a father to Farrah, works with him, all of these things. So I don't know how he feels about the fact that Zach is with her, but my goodness, I saw that video too. I thought that was sweet. I hope Portia stays in college. I hope she's smart and not like Sophia. I said what I said. Um, but yeah, I thought that was interesting. But we're gonna move on from Housewives of Beverly Hills and get into Married at First Sight tea. Married at First Sight just concluded season 20. James thanks me often for putting him on this show. I thought you knew about it. I
Mm-mm.
genuinely thought you would know about this show.
Nope. Had no idea that this was my first time ever. Well, the first season, last season, season 19 was my very first introduction to it. And I thought it was very interesting and very like something that I would do if the opportunity suit me. But yeah, I enjoyed all of that show. I enjoyed this season. Actually, was a better season to me than last season because
Oh
I got
yeah.
aggravated in the way, but at least everybody was aesthetically matched. Aesthetically, well, with the exception of one couple, but for the most part, everybody else was aesthetically matched well.
Yeah, last season they did better with matching, but Pastor Calvin and Dr. Pepper, I think, would have done better at holding people accountable. I also like the sex doctor they had, that black lady last season. I
Oh
thought she
yes,
was really,
loved
really
her.
good. Loved her. Could have kept her because she was new, but the tea with Married at First Sight is some stuff we already know. Dr. Sean Best is not the bestest shit. He was fired from his job.
Not his last name is Best.
Yes, it irks me. It irks me so much. Okay. Do not confuse Dr. Sean Best with Mrs. Best or Also Best. Okay. We have the three instead of the E because we are not narcissistic, sociopathic know it alls. Okay. That's not us. But Dr. Sean Best was fired from his job as head of diversity and inclusion for a university that he was working for. Yes. Now, James's faces, I'm living for them rent free right now because I don't think James was aware of what he was doing for a living. He just knew that this man had his PhD. And I'd like, listen, Sean got a PhD, but if you in an emergency, call a real doctor is all I'm gonna say. Not him. But he lost his job. He was head of diversity and inclusion and admissions at a college. So part of his job is to make people feel included and respected. He did not do that on the show, and they fired him before the end of the season. He's been fired for a little bit of time. Um, but he spoke out, but he didn't really say anything. He just put out a generic ass statement like the apology he gave to Nikki's mother. I've already spoken on it, but I'm curious. I'm curious what he'll do after this. He's also announced that he wrote a book about relationships. Right, James's reaction was so genuine. It's AKA, I'm trying not to laugh at him. I'm trying
No,
not to
because it's not,
laugh.
y'all. I'm sorry. Because it's not funny. It's just, it really is not funny. What university is this again?
I have to catch which university. Let me
Because
Google.
I need to understand something here. Y'all really put this man with his character assassination ways. on y'all head, not just, a formality of other, college counselors and, you know, ambassadors or whatever you want to call those. Y'all put him as the head. That means he was division chairman of y'all. I can't even say the words because it's not even going to make sense coming out of my mouth watching him on this show. Wow.
It was Olympic College. I just Googled it. It looks like it's a school in the Pacific
Oh
Northwest that's
no,
pretty
I'm signing
respected.
up.
It's a
No,
private
I'm signing off.
institution.
No,
Oh,
no, absolutely not.
listen, I just want to say to everybody, do not let men like Dr. Sean Best steer you away from black men. Black men are some of the strongest, handsomest, most resilient, hardworking men I think of any race or culture. And they
Absolutely.
do all of that with grace in spite of people hating on us because of our race as black people. But Dr. Sean Best, we do not claim him. We do not claim him.
I'm so, yes,
He is not
Mrs.
invited to
AKA.
the cookout.
I'm flabbergasted. I cannot, but wait a minute. I did not know. I thought he was just a simple college professor, math teacher, or some
No,
shit.
he was
I did
head
not
of
know.
diversity and inclusion within
Oh my
admissions.
God, when you say those words, I cannot formulate that, y'all. I cannot. Wow.
James is like, what? I
Wow. Well,
thought you
good
knew
job.
what he did, friend.
No, I did not know this, y'all. I did not, because I don't care. But to actually hear it come out your mouth, and we're actually live right now, and I have to process this without, oh my gosh, diversity and inclusion at a university. Dr.
Hmm.
Sean, and then his last name got the nerve to be best. Wow.
It's just a lot. It's a lot. I think that the firing is within reason. I don't think that Sean should
Absolutely.
do anything but teach his subject. I think that when you take him away from his subject, he gets to being problematic. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow.
Shani said, I could never do Married at First Sight. I don't like surprises like that. I need to know what is happening, when it's happening, and who it's happening with. That's,
Well,
that's
I'm
me.
very so like listen, I'm very selective. Only about one or two or three people you could put there that I'm gonna be like, oh yes, absolutely, we're gonna do this and right into the wheels fall off. I don't care what our challenges is, I'm ready. But other people, no, they couldn't pull what they did with Nikki on me because they would be suing me, and then I would be filing grievances to sue them back.
Oh, I would have went
So
to production. Like, I don't know what's going on with these experts, but I know this is TV and you need entertainment, but y'all need to find
oh, I'm gonna
entertainment
give you
in a
entertainment.
different way.
Y'all finna have entertainment of me quitting. Y'all gonna have number one ratings. I promise you. Because y'all not gonna play with me and my time. Y'all not finna do that. So yeah, absolutely. Y'all will get it. Y'all will have your premiere episode. If I'm in it, if I'm the first one shown, y'all gonna get y'all number one rating. Cause I'm gonna act a complete fool. Cause y'all not
Wait,
gonna do.
Pink says, I wonder if he is friends with Dr. G, Quad's ex-husband. Listen,
Oh,
Quad's ex-husband is terrible, but I think Sean is worse. I do see them.
ugh.
They even kind of look alike, though.
They look. That's why I
I'll
just said,
say,
oh, they look alike, and oh,
but I
they could
feel
be
like Dr.
brothers.
G at least like has more of an understanding of how women are. I feel like he gets out of control when he's angry, but I don't feel like he's cringy when it comes to like sex as much as Sean.
Well,
But
I don't think
that's
that was no, because he wasn't, because that was an issue that we did witness on, Married to Medicine reunion,
mhm.
where they talked about, that he wasn't give. So he wasn't cringy. He was kind of like saying like we just stopped having sex, which depends
That's
on.
fair. That
Yeah.
happens. But Sean, like before sex could happen, before he could even learn this woman's last name, was trying to get it. Like, but Dr. Sean Best is out of a job and he's off TV. Amen. Now, there's been some exes that have spoken out. Adam's ex spoke out and pretty much explained that Adam is lying on the show. Pretty much alluded to Adam being poor, his house not being up to code. Adam is living on an in-law unit on someone else's lakefront property. And the friend that he's painting as homeless is likely not homeless, and the person who owns the property. Mecca's ex has also spoken out. A basic looking melanin redacted woman. Okay. Basic. Okay. When I say basic, great value paper plate basic. Okay. She's not even Dixie. So I guess Mecca has a type. And it sounds like the ex has some of the same problems as Belle, with him being flirty. And Nick has called out the experts for matching him with Courtney, primarily on Threads. Nick has been extremely vocal about the experts doing him dirty with Courtney. But this season of Married at First Sight, I'm curious to see how they will follow it up next season. I'm curious to see how they'll follow it up next season. The last piece of Married at First Sight tea that I have is people have unveiled the credentials for these experts. Dr. Lisa Paz, she went to get her master's degree in, I believe it is clinical counseling, right? And she was in an MFT program. When you do a clinical counseling program, you're either doing MFT, you could do trauma, you could do Christian counseling, like there's specifics within that. So she did marriage and family therapy, which is also what I went to school for. And it's concerning that this woman gave the advice that she gave, because you are literally trained in couples therapy and you did not do anything, Dr.
Wow.
Paz. And we learned that her PhD is not in clinical counseling, it's in sexology or something like that. So we need some new experts.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm gonna say. We need some new experts. Before we move on to Love After Lockup, did you want to add anything about Married at First Sight? I didn't get into it too much because we kind of talked about it on the live, but
Hmm.
are you okay from your Sean trauma?
Yeah, I'm fine for my Sean Sharma. Let me go into what you talked about. So, wasn't surprised about Adam because I called that first episode. Um, Nick, actually, I was not mad at that. Him calling out the experts on Threads for matching him with Courtney. I actually was not mad at that because I did see what he said. I was not mad at that at all. I think that for me, I probably would have did worse, but because here's the thing, y'all. Before we move on to the next topic, let me just give me out my soapbox. They are put in place to match people that could make this experiment work with two people who have never had any knowledge, seen, or placement of each other to work into a marriage. You don't get broken ass people to come into the situation and expect somebody who may not be whole themselves, but let's say for the sakes of the show, they are whole. You don't just fix them with broken ass people and then, tell them he's performing or he's doing this when he doesn't know which way to go with this lady because she's a tyrant. So, yes, I feel like he actually went easy on them. I would have been an HR nightmare
Mm.
if it were me. My lawyer would be up and down the Louisiana Purchase figuring out how I can own a part of or a piece of Married at First Sight if it were me, because y'all not going to play with me like this. Y'all are just not about to do this. Like, there's no way on national TV with millions of people watching, y'all gonna put me with a tyrant. There's not gonna. That's just not gonna happen. So yes, I think Nick should have went harder. If I'm being honest, he should have went harder on production.
Not you go leave the dogs for security, Lord Shandy. Love After Lockup has some tea, you guys. So Troy and Zeruiah, for those who James, you may not know who these people are, but Troy and Zeruiah, the saga continues, y'all. They are fixing to get evicted from that lakefront property that they had on the season of the show. She has also went to jail for physically assaulting him while they were in Florida. She came for vacation and left on probation. Okay, that is the saying with Florida. And I'm just like, Troy and Zeruiah, please. But they have said also publicly that they will not be returning to WeTV. There is another new network that is taking a lot of the rejects from Love After Lockup franchise and putting them on like other dating shows. It looks like one of them cheap apps. I'm not interested in paying for it, but they will be there. Other Love After Lockup news. Michael has filed a restraining order against Kayleigh. And Kayleigh's like, he doesn't even know how the law works. Bitch, I hope he's granted every order of
Everything,
protection against you, because you're a psychopath with no neck.
everything. Yes, I let him get whatever he. Listen, Judge, whoever you are in Phoenix, please do not play into that whole, modern, woman syndrome that y'all like to do out there. Please do not fall for that. That lady knows exactly what she's doing. So I don't want to hear that. Grant that man exactly what he needs. And honestly, Michael, I would sue her because y'all not married no more. So I would sue her.
She's a mess.
I
She's
would.
a mess. Um, Shani says, wait, which timeout? Which one was Mike and Kayleigh? Was that the one that got the fake mommy makeover? Yep.
Yes.
And she did. Yep. Miss 17 next. 17 next, a bad BBL. She's just, mm-mm.
She's horrible. Like, no, I really hope that, because that something, like I said, them judges in Phoenix be on bullshit too. And I'm praying
Mhm.
that he gets a sensible one that actually has sense. And you know what? If member of the bar, do your research and watch this show.
Yep.
Because
She's
this is the
terrible and
easy.
she's a liar. And I think that she uses her privilege to her advantage to take others down, which is
Absolutely she does. That's
gross.
all she did.
Okay, Alexis will be on Relationship Rehab, Alexis and Julian. So Relationship Rehab is a spin-off of Love After Lockup, similar to how Marriage Boot Camp was originally Marriage Boot Camp Bridezillas. This is going to be hosted by Dr. Ish. As you guys know, it will be here in October. I will be covering it. I know that Kiwan JTV will also be covering it, as well as a slew of other creators. James has also said he wants to join, so you can catch him on my channel. Um, and I hope to go on Kiwan J's TV's channel. I'm gonna be inviting her over here. I just enjoy covering Love After Lockup with Kiwan and James because they are a time. But Ashley, now Love After Lockup had Ashley, Julian, and Alexis a couple seasons back. They were like the throuple, kind of like Damon, Mumu, and Gigi. They've done this a few times. The only difference is Ashley was a catfish. She was crazy. And then when the man didn't want her, she was like, you don't even know how to swim. And she's kind of been on this psychopathic, like she posts everything on social media. If her man busts a nut in her, she's posting about it. If her man dumps her, she's posting about it. If she has a thought, she's posting about it. I think something's wrong with this young lady. She is from Phoenix, James. And I know.
Well,
I,
of
I
course.
I
Of
think something
course.
is wrong with Ashley. Now, when Ashley was on the show, she did look terrible. I'm not gonna lie. And that happens sometimes. She wore bad wigs, she was shaped funny, and she was highly delusional because Julius made it really clear that, I fuck with you the long way, but I don't mess with you like that. And he prioritized Alexis. Now, Alexis has been nothing but polite and hasn't said anything about Ashley. But when Ashley saw the clip for Relationship Rehab, Alexis has gained some weight. Now, also, this show was filmed some time ago, and Alexis had a baby, as we saw, and it takes years to get baby weight off. So, any woman that has had a child that is overweight, I don't consider them overweight, okay? You have given the world the gift of life, you get a break. And I don't like to see another woman who has kids, who lost weight with assistance, by the way, shaming another woman publicly. So Ashley saw the post about Alexis and decided to say to the audience, y'all wanted to come at me about how I looked on TV, and ew, now look at her, how much weight she's gained. She had a baby, she's postpartum. She's never said anything about you. So why are you fat shaming this woman because of how the audience of the show came at you? This is why we don't like you, Ashley. This is exactly why. And I have a feeling that when Relationship Rehab airs, that we are going to be hearing from Ashley constantly because her Twitter fingers is busier than K Michelle. Okay, and K Michelle loves to type on the internet. So I don't like the fat shaming. Think it's corny. And I believe she commented on my live when I covered it years ago. Girl, fuck you. I'm still finna talk about you. And if you don't like it, come see about me. I'm in Oakland.
See
Pull up.
about me, baby.
Okay. That's where I'm at. But I don't understand it. Shanny said it's always a ditzy ass broad named Ashley. You are correct. Shanny said I didn't like her at all, and he looked like he would say he only gay when he in jail. Ooh. Thick neck. Keep on, please. Oh my God. Lord help us. But that irked me. Now, more news that James do understand. You gonna remember this Ashley name when Relationship Rehab comes, James. I know you
Okay.
will. Monique, James's favorite woman from Love After Lockup.
Oh my
His
God.
favorite, y'all. He loved him some Monique. She is back with Titus, the guy who kidnapped others. Yes, they are back together. Even though they have broken up this summer at least 10 times, they are back together. And now Monique is getting at fans because people are like, huh? Why are you back with him? Are you this desperate? And she said, y'all just jealous because it's always somebody who nobody is jealous of talking about y'all just jealous. Now, she is excited for his release. He is going to be getting out in a few days. I do not know if this will be filmed, but Titus is getting out of jail. Monique is still in Ohio, and I don't know where to go from this. The last update for Love After Lockup is from Felicia. She's let us know that she is still filming for Life After Lockup, and the network informed her that the season will air over the winter around the holidays. So we're probably not going to get Life After Lockup until December, but I'm going to get James's opinion on Monique and Titus before we move on.
You know, I worry for people who really put themselves in dangerous predicaments off of the sake of love. Like, I worry for people like that. I do, just because part of this realistically is not funny. This is very sad. It is very, very sad. Like, I get it. He attractive. I get it. You know, always feel like you need some fraction of a man. I totally get it. But my problem with this is that you're not looking at what he actually went to prison for. And that is where we have some disconnect with Monique. This man has, what was it, kidnapping? And it wasn't the kind of kidnapping that, you know, you see on television. This was like realistically something that has detriment effects. And the fact that he kept sending his weird ass family members and cousins and shit to your house, and you just like, oh, okay.
Right.
Like, what's not, are you in there? Like, what the hell's going on?
Child.
Like to me, Lord, don't ever make me that desperate for somebody, Lord Jesus. Now, Felicia, Felicia, let me explain something to you, baby. I don't have the energy to look at you, Auntie Folock, and Auntie Folock Jr. I do not have time for this. If you coming on this show, act like you got some sense. Start, you know, living your life better, because I'm telling you, I don't have the energy or the patience to look at that anymore. The way y'all acted when that show ended was just a complete and utter fool. And if y'all were black, the whole world would have been, you know, up and down timeline talking about the ghetto hood rats. So you know what, the black people, we need to start doing is saying the colorless ghetto hood rats, because that's exactly what they acted like. So I don't have patience. I don't have faith. I don't have patience for this lady in her black scent. I don't have patience for it. I will be on the recap the show with Mrs. Best, because that's my bestie. I'm always gonna show up when she need me. But I'm gonna tell y'all now, I can't read her as good as Kiwan did, but I'm gonna do my best. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, Monique, Monique, Monique. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm sick of it. If you want to let yourself be used by these small criminal men, then do that. Is Felicia the one that grates our nerves with her annoying New Orleans accent? Let me tell you this: when somebody's really from New Orleans, you could tell the difference between an accent that's real and an accent that's fake. However, I had asked Kiwan JTV about her accent because Kiwan is originally from New Orleans. Shout out to everybody in NOLA. I love y'all. Because I want to hear it from somebody from here. Okay, like there's little things in the Bay Area we could tell that somebody ain't from here. It's the same thing from New Orleans. So Kiwan said her accent sound fake. A lot of other people from New Orleans on the internet say her accent sound fake. She's an idiot. That is all. Kiwan J says Monique and Titus isn't love, is financial gain, and her self-esteem is low. We have to remember that he added cameras in her house. Girl, that
I
bothered me.
mean, clearly he hasn't been reformed from the crime that he's in prison for, if he has to do that. Monique, you are not paying attention. And I get it. I do. I get it. But sometimes you got to wake up that other side of your brain that's supposed to have the common sense. I'm
You
just saying, because
supposed to.
you're supposed to. I don't know
Doesn't
why
always.
you not doing it. I don't know why she not doing it, but cameras in the house, weird ass relatives. His charges were kidnapping and possession.
Lord, see. Listen,
Hello.
maybe she
Okay.
liked the thought of possibly being kidnapped. I don't understand it, but
Who
Monique,
the hell would like some
stop
shit like
coming,
that?
stop coming at the audience for having opinions when you keep posting this stupid shit. You just stop. Just stop. She said F the weight loss journey and went right into this man. But Love After Lockup is going to keep us entertained with tea, you guys. Again, I'll be covering relationship rehab with James. I'm going to be inviting Kiwan when she's able to join as well for some reviews. Life After Lockup, according to Felicia, should be back on our TVs by December at the latest. Once it is back, I will be covering that. I will be covering that with Kiwan and James. I'm also going to be including Tamika from Tamika's Den, because I don't know if Tamika's here or watching or wherever she at, but I love me some Tamika's Den and I have fun covering um it with her. So be on the lookout for that. There is news from the Valley. Jax and Brittany both are still in some drama. Now, ever since it came out that he was dating her publicist, Brittany has gone on her vengeful Melanin Redacted tour. She's trying to get people to feel sorry for her, but she claims that Jax threatened to gut her. I thought this was something recent, but I actually went and read court documents as well as reports from TMZ. And it looks like all of this is old, not anything that's happened recently. It's stuff that's being alleged throughout the, relationship that has happened. And I feel for Britt. I'm sorry that she had to deal with abuse, but I do find it strange because it's also come out with screenshots and receipts that Brittany goes after and DMs companies and people that want to partner and make money with Jax to tell them not to work with him and to be warned of who they're working with. You don't have the right to come for that man's finances, especially if you want them to help take care of your child. But Brittany, it's giving, she's just trying to get people to feel bad for her. Now, I did cover the Valley. It was a disaster of a season, and I want to know why the cast came for Danny so hard, but is quiet about this stuff going on with Brittany and Jax. But can we just get them off of our show? Can we just get them off of the show? I don't understand it. Not if he was charged with good old fashioned crack dealing, or you might be okay, but stay away from that. Get Shetty, please. AB says Jax has been abusing her for years and he just attacked her 2 days ago, actually. Listen, at this point, get a divorce. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I can't. Because anytime Jax attacks this lady, she's done something to him as well. And if she's not doing something to him or he's not attacking her, she's talking about him. I wish that both of them would just move on, if I'm being
Please.
entirely honest. I don't care about Brittany and Jax's drama. I don't. The publicist was doing that to Brittany, but the publicist has nothing to do with Jax. So it's like the publicist was doing something to Brittany. Brittany thinks that two wrongs make a right and that people are going to feel sorry for her. And we don't. Because all she does is fight to have people feel sorry for her. I just want them to get a divorce. The restraining order is good because now they can't talk to each other, but it's given that she may not want him to be around their son. I don't fully know what goes on with that because she spent more time coming for Danny and Nia in this past season of The Valley than talking about her own drama, but I don't want to see this. I don't. I don't want Brittany to come talking about this next season. If you're going to allow this woman to down and talk about Jax on a public platform, then you need to welcome Jax back on the platform, regardless of what. Because we've had other people who are abusive and stuff on TV. Why is it that for Brittany, he get to go away? But Quad, nobody cared that Dr. G dragged her and all of this stuff. So
Better say
I'm
that,
over
friend.
it. It's true. The standard for this white woman getting babied and all this special treatment, it's annoying.
It
And then she's
is.
milking it and she knows it. But when
Mm-hmm.
black women on Bravo TV go through the same things, if not worse, that Brittany goes through with Jax, nothing has changed. No one has to leave the show.
No, and
No
then they talk
empathy
about
is
she's
given.
lying, the fact is they'll try to justify and say, well, she never loved him anyway. And it was like y'all don't know what that couple been through. Y'all don't know anything about this couple other than what we see on 45 minutes of an episode, which probably they have 10 minutes of it.
Yep.
Y'all don't know what they go through. And I tend to believe somebody who, because he didn't deny it.
No.
When she confronted it with him, he didn't deny it. So therefore, I have to believe the side of Well, it could be true because if anybody's accusing you of something that is heinous that can actually get you arrested because the statute of limitation is still present,
Hmm.
you would deny it.
Jax hasn't denied any of it because I think he knows that we know that he did it. But I think these two arguing on the internet is tired.
Well, it's
Like at
tired
this
because they're
point,
trying to
you
get the
both
best of
look.
each other.
I want Jax to go back. Jason, go back to Florida. And Brittany, take your ass back to Kentucky. California is rejecting you both. It's just a waste of the court's time. You have a child who is moderately autistic, and this is what y'all are doing. So I'm tired of both of them. Um, they should channel the show or call people out for real. I agree.
I agree too.
Juan, you notice as well, there's no empathy for Black women on Bravo. There is not.
There's not.
Because Brittany
There
is getting
hasn't been.
special treatment, but everyone else will be forced to film with their abuser,
Yep.
which is ridiculous. Yeah, it's like we believe you, but we don't give a fuck. You should have left. You should have left, but you chose to stay because of money. And when he was doing to others what he does to you, you were okay with it until now that you're not with him. So Brittany, go somewhere. Nobody deserves abuse, but it's just weird timing. I want her to stop. Um, Moving on. Housewives of Atlanta is not covered on my channel. It is covered on James's channel. Kim Zolciak's son was arrested and denied bond for SA and sodomy. I don't have much to add on it. Love and Hip Hop Sydney Star arrested and denied bond for SA and sodomy. What the fuck is in the water in Atlanta? What is going on? Now, Sydney Star in earlier seasons of Zeus Network's Baddies, right? I have two good friends. Shout out to Leona. Shout out to Melita. They have two very close friends of mine who each subscribe to Zeus and be forcing me to watch it sometimes against my will. And I remember earlier seasons when Judy, you remember Judy J
Hmm.
from Bad Girls Club. This was back when Baddies was more than what it is now, which is just fights and ignorance and bad wigs and a bunch of bitches who are unattractive calling themselves baddies. But back in the day, Sydney Star was in a room and Judy J left the show and complained about production not protecting her because Sydney Star, who has very public about the fact that she has not had her gender reassignment surgery, pulled out her dick and was waving it around and doing weird stuff around Judy J. And she said that she was not comfortable with that. And nobody believed Judy because of how drunk Miss Voodoo Judy used to be on television. Fast forward to today, apparently Sydney Star has a history of hooking up with younger boys. The victim was just 13 or some like odd number, but if you are over the age of 21 dating anybody who is under 18, to me, you're a PDF. That's just how I feel. Kim Zolciak's son, I'm sorry, he looked like he did it. I don't have nothing for that young man. And I'm curious if this will be mentioned on Next Gen NYC, the same way that they mentioned Candice's divorce to Todd on Next Gen NYC, even though it's not really a storyline for Riley. But I am appalled because why are there so many PDFs on TV right now? And what was going on in your household, Miss Kim Zolciak, that this boy turned out to be that way? And you need to talk to your daughters to make sure that they're okay. Because what one will do to others, you'd be surprised. They say most SA happens from a family member or someone
Yep.
very close to you. So I don't
Very
know what's
true.
going on with that. I don't have much to say. Whenever someone's accused of crimes like this, I kind of believe that they did it because 9 times out of 10, it is. But how do you feel about that?
I feel like to me, as you guys know, I'm very fair. I wait until after the verdict to see what ends up happening with that and the evidence that they submit. I'm very like I try not to speak on these things, but the fact that he was denied as a minor child bail leads me to believe they have something extremely strong
Of
on
course.
him. So that's what I'm going to say. They have something extremely strong on him if they're denying him bail because y'all have to understand Wendy and Eddie were granted bail.
That's
So I
right.
just want to let y'all
That's
understand how
right.
this game of politics and the judicial system work. Because to me, when you're denied bail, that means that they feel that you're in danger and they have evidence to prove it.
Mm.
So I cannot wait to see how this plays out. I cannot wait to see what they have, in store. It is unfortunate. If this alleged thing did happen, My heart goes out to whoever that individual was who had to suffer or be on the receiving end of that, because you do not deserve that. And I hope that you are getting treatment as much as you can. And I will make sure that they pay for that treatment, Kim and Croy. So, and to me, the thing about it is Kim and Croy are toxic themselves. And this is what
Yeah.
happens when you have no ordinance or no structure. Because y'all understand, our introduction with Kim is she was proud and joy about being with a married man.
Thank you. So there's a lack of morals.
Yes, there's a lack of morals, there's a lack of mental stability, there is a lack of thinking that you matter more than you do.
Mm.
So I feel like, to me, if you're raising your children to believe that, then these kind of things happen. When there's no boundaries in place, when there is no ordinance in place, these kind of things happen when you have a history of being reckless your damn self. And Croy too. Croy was reckless as well, because he
Show
went
was.
along with a lot of the things that Kim did, even when he knew it was wrong.
Right.
So, as I said, I can't wait to see how this plays out so I can give you guys my real opinion, because that's when I'm going to give it. But for
Hmm.
now, whatever they have, it is strong, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I agree. I can't get I appreciate you for saying that because I can't give too much of an opinion, but I was like, what the heck is going on?
Hmm.
In 1 week, two people from both me and James's shows went down for the most egregious crimes that you could go down for. I don't care if you go to jail for drug dealing. Hey, you was giving the people something, supply and demand. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? You was giving the people something they asked for. But when you do crimes like anything that has to do with assault or SA, stuff like that we don't play about. But I'm curious to see what happens. That's all I'll say for now, because as James stated, until court finishes, we can't do anything. Look at Wendy and Eddie in their situation. We
Hmm.
people was saying so much and they're still figuring that out. So I
which
agree.
which leads me to believe there's nothing there. If there's still the fact that their trial has been postponed and reassigned 3 different times, once is a court exodus, meaning that they have too much going on, that they cannot do it right then and there. But the fact that this is now the third rescheduling leads me to believe that prosecution has absolutely nothing.
I thought it was weird that they even gave them a press conference
Absolutely.
compared to what they would do for other people.
Absolutely.
But Wendy and Eddie are highly educated, so y'all came for them, but they're not stupid. So I don't worry about them too much. And yes, AB, these celebrities was wilding out. I tried watching that baddies. It's just fighting. It's just fighting. I don't watch that shit. I refuse to pay for Zeus, and I think it's an embarrassment to communities of color. They take advantage, and then there's like survival documentaries and stuff coming out for how they treat them on set. Not all money is good money, okay? And we have to remember that money is the root of all evil, and what you do
Yep.
for $1 is what you'll do for free to me sometimes. So I don't be trusting it.
I don't either.
Did y'all save, see, watch Reality with Kristen? Because she just talked about it, and when Quad talked about it, everyone kept saying she was lying, but no one questioned Brittany. Exactly. Exactly. And I don't understand that. I don't understand that, Hot Pink. It irks me. And the youngest daughter spent um spent it love with Croy's family. You saying the youngest daughter has spent a lot of time with Croy's family? I
I
never
mean,
saw an episode of Baddies. I loved Bad Girls Club. I thought Baddies would be like Bad Girls Club originally, and it's a disaster. But I don't think the shit'll last long. I think give it 10 more years, it should have died. Everything, everything don't not meant to last forever. Kim and her ex-husband only care about himself and money, because if she cares about her kids, she would be make better decisions. Hot Pink, say it louder. Again and again and again. Say it louder.
right.
I
Yeah.
agree. We all gonna be quiet on the creek until further notice. That's all we can do.
All we can do.
But these crimes, like, my God, at what point do you say we can't work with you and your family will work with Ariana because we already are, but something very sinister is in Kim's family.
It
That's
really
because
is.
Wendy and Eddie kept switching up by doing it separately, then together. So now, come January 2027, they face the music.
Yeah, but that's up
But
to a
they've
judge to
been
decide that.
together
Yeah,
in
it's
that
been
trial for some
together.
time.
It's up to a judge to decide that. That to me doesn't really play into that, because what a judge will do is that he will actually do a mandatory session then, if they were doing that ploy. That wasn't to prolong it on their benefit. That's because and I don't want to get into it because, as I said, I don't want to give the wrong impression. But to me, I feel like that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, they're also married. That could
Yeah,
also just be a reason they want to put them together. Because
right.
you can't testify against your spouse.
Yes,
So
that's exactly.
if they have separate trials, that technically counts as testifying against your spouse. But oh Lord, the youngest daughter, Kim's daughter, can't be around the boys, or is not allowed to be around boys in general.
Oh, that's because of yeah, because she's a minor. Technically, he's going in for um predator. So she technically, because she's a minor, can't be around him until his case is figured out. And if he play, yes. So yeah, technically she
That's
can.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
hmm
Kiwan said, I want to point out this is the name she stole from Candy, and now you're. Oh my. Well, this
Oh
is Troy
wow.
Jr.
This is
that
not
this
no.
is
This
happening. This
that was that
isn't
other baby. Yeah.
Cash. Yeah, Cash was the other one. This is Croy Jr. But honestly, they might need to check on Cash too. And that's not a
Okay.
bad joke. That's what she get because I thought that was weird to do when that happened, Kiwan, on that reunion. Yeah, me, maybe I'm gonna talk to James and Kiwan after this live. I'm gonna propose something to y'all, but I'm gonna do it after the live. Bravo loves mess with people because if they don't like mess, they would be firing people, but they won't have no shows. That's true. That's a good point because the way these people fuck up, she has been gone to his parents for several years. Why can't she be around the boys?
So that means that this has been going on longer than
They
that
probably
situation.
know about it. It's
Mm-hmm.
giving R. Kelly.
Because there's no way that that should be happening.
Oh my God.
Right.
Well,
That makes me scared for her because, like, what did she witness?
at least she's with Corey's families. Kim family won't even talk to her. So, hey, what can we do? But y'all, we will wish everybody the best. I don't know when I'll do another THY B3ST BUZZ live, but I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I will attempt to talk about pop culture a little bit more just because I've had some people say I should try it, discuss it. And these people always gonna act a fool, but I'm not sure when I'll do another one. I'll probably wait until a bunch of stuff happens as I did today. I'm going to in about 5 minutes, I'm going to be starting a live with Q1JTV and James to go over Put a Ring on It Cheat Hab. But tomorrow on James's channel, because RHOA is done, do you want to let them know if you're going to do anything or you're
Yes,
not doing
tomorrow
it?
in place of my RHOA, you guys, I'm going to be given finally because several of you have asked me on my channel about Ariana Curry joining the show and how I felt about it. A lot of you guys wanted to know my opinion. I will definitely be giving you guys that live tomorrow. I could not do it this week and I did not have the time. So I'm going to do it tomorrow in place of RHOA. And I'll try to put a video for Monday night in place of RHOA until I get either Salt Lake City or Potomac to take back that place. I'll try to give you guys a video every Monday.
Twin Kiwan J sent me the message and I am still on the floor. We love Kiwan. We love Kiwan. We really do. Kiwan is great. She's YouTube's angel. Um, Oh Lord. Okay, but yeah, I have put a ring on it, y'all. If anyone's not watching that review, that is okay. I will be live tomorrow to do Ultimate Girls Trip. James will be on that review. I lost the Valley. I lost a couple of shows, but I will be getting back on September the 8th. Snowfall the Drop, Housewives of New York, a lot. However, I will be in the sky traveling to a whole different continent at that time. So I'm gonna have reviews coming, but it's probably gonna be at weird times because Bali is 12 hours ahead of where I'm at California. So I believe that's 6 hours ahead of the East Coast. So I'll be like a day ahead of time, but I'm going to figure it out and still will get content out. I'm out of town September 8th to the 17th. So any content will be pre-recorded. But yeah, in the meantime, watch James, Q1JTV, all those beautiful people. She said I didn't finish the cheat show. I ran here first. Lord. That is okay, Mrs. AKA. The episode was mostly drama at the end. Nothing really happened in between. Twin and James, even though no more Housewives of Atlanta, I'm still gonna send you a voice note tomorrow trying to make you laugh. You can always send us voice notes. Me and James be at work miserable as hell until y'all message us. So he's not denying it either. Miserable. Question it, I think it's James or me each day of the week. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I could do this. I'm gonna hop on Indeed. And James be like, I just want to walk out this motherfucker. Like,
I'm trying
Lord,
to tell you.
every other day. Every other day. Oh no, and he's already struggling psychiatrically. I hope he's okay.
Yeah,
Whenever
me
people lose
too.
parents, be nice to them. Be
Yeah.
kind to them. Be forgiving, please. Yes, I am going to Bali September 8th to the 17th. I try to leave the country at least once a year so I don't feel like all my money goes to rent. That's literally the only reason. But yes, I'm going to Bali. I'm very excited. I have a lot of trips planned this year. I'm trying to keep up. When I was about to ask you and Brother Joe to meet me in Texas for the Black Man's Rodeo, I will happily meet you in Texas. That's a 90-minute flight from me. Just hit me up. We can plan it. I will send you my phone number. Please do. Please do. James loves the Black Man Rodeo. Okay? Because I remember you went when they came to Phoenix. I don't know why I remember that, but I think it's because Leona called me. She said, you see James on the internet, bitch, smiling, cheesing, happy as hell. I said, huh? And when it looked, he was happy as hell at the Black Rodeo.
Yes, that is one of my favorite events to go to in life.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Lord. Lord. Not don't eat Tina Gumbo. Oh, yeah, it was all over the news. Yes, we should plan to go to the Black Man's Rodeo. I'm
Y'all will
totally
have
down.
such a good time. I promise y'all. That is uh
I'm about to text Shani and Kiwan. I'm about to text y'all at AB my phone number because what if we could plan it? I'm just saying.
I'm just
My
saying.
son's birthday is October 17th. And yes, I do. Is that a Scorpio? October 17th, or is that a
No,
Libra?
he's a Libra.
Okay.
He's a Libra.
So he's chill as hell. Celebrated as my day. Also, I got my body back that day. Not you got your body back. I'm gonna be in the B3ST suitcase. Surprise, surprise. Kiwan, if I could take you with me, I would, because I'm scared to fly this far. I'm genuinely afraid to do it alone. I'm scared. In Fort Worth, the Bill Pickett Championship Rodeo, Fort Worth, Texas, October the 15th. Don't play with me, Shani. I'm gonna text you my number. You think I'm playing? And Kiwan. Shani, can we meet up while you're in Fort Worth? We can hang in Sundance Square. He is a Libra, an asshole. Libras can be assholes. They can. They can. They
I'm
can.
just
They
gonna plead.
calm till they
I'm just
not.
gonna
They're
plead
very
the I'm
passive
just gonna
aggressive.
plead the fifth.
Listen, I dated a
Because you
friend's
know what
brother.
because you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, but I have dated Libras before because they are Libras, Gemini, and Aquariuses are all similar signs. But I can't do Aquariuses to date, and I cannot do Libras to date. No. I'm so sorry. Usher and Chris Brown are going to be here in Jersey on October 15th. The rodeo is October 17th. It's okay, Shetty. I'll text you. Don't worry. But we're gonna head into Put a Ring on It. Cheat Have. Shout out to y'all for being thy best subscribers, thy best people in the comments. I appreciate everybody. Please consider subscribing to James's channel. The link is in the description of this video as always. A huge thank you to all of the moderators. A couple of y'all are here. Kiwan JTV, Shani, Miss AKA, as well as American Born. I call what does Kiwan call American Born? HMIC, head moderator in charge. Okay. Stop playing with AB. But we will see you guys next time. Love and light. Au revoir.